Hi there and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. So today I just want to cover something that's should be quite quick. If you know my videos by now, sometimes these are usually just very ambitious, but this one should be quite quick. And I just want to address a question that was on a previous video of mine where I had how to add anchor links in Divi 5. I got a comment at the bottom here that said Divi 5 doesn't have that function, and so therefore the video is outdated. I replied to Hector over here, but I thought maybe this warrants its own video just to clear up any confusion that we may have. So first of all, let me just assure you that Divi 5 does indeed still have this functionality. And I can show it to you here. If I click on About over here, it's going to go to what I call the About section over here. Numbers, it's going to take me to the Numbers section over here. And Get Started, going to the Get Started section over here. So the functionality is indeed still there, but the difference is Divi has moved where you can access this, where you enter in the ID. So let me show you what I mean. If I jump into a newly created page, okay, so it's basically that same page. Okay, so edit with Divi, that's why. There we go. It's just that same page that we have over here. I've just created a new one over here so that I can show you how to do it. All right, so I have the three sections over here, the About, the Numbers, and the Get Started. Okay, so I'm just going to recreate these three in this page just to show you how it works. Right, I go to that same section that I had as the About, and I click on that section. Remember, Divi 5, we don't need to click on the gear anymore. We can now just click anywhere where it's highlighted. I come to Advanced, and now previously we used to just jump into the CSS over here, and then we could enter in the CSS ID or the CSS class. So Divi has now moved that under the attributes over here. All right, they've included not only those two, but so many other attributes that we can add to different elements in our page. So let's just click on the ID for today so that we can see how this works. If I click on ID there, don't put it in the ID label over here, but we want to put it in the attribute label. So I'm going to put in attribute value at the bottom. I'm going to say about. All right, so now where am I getting about from? What I'm doing is I'm actually assigning this about. If you're new to this, I'm assigning about to the ID of this element or this section. So what that is doing is that Divi now knows that this section is called ID. Or this section is called ID. This section is called about. All right. So if I come here now and I look at this about here, I will link this about to this ID. Now, I will show you how to do that a bit later. If you don't know yet how to do that, it's super simple and very easy to do. But let's just add in the others quickly. So I'm going to the listen to the numbers section again. I want to be in this section. So I'm just highlighting the section and clicking that. And I'm going to add the attributes. I'm going to add the class. And this one I'm going to call numbers. Very descriptive, very creative. I know. And the last one that we're going to do is just the get started. So I'm coming down and I click on this section over here. And I'm going to add the attribute and add ID. And over here, I'm just going to put in get started. Okay, so all of these have been added now into the different sections. So if I click save and I click preview, and now I click on about at the top here, it takes me to the about section. If I click numbers, it takes me to numbers. If I click get started, it takes me all the way down to get started. So it's working as we want it to work. The functionality is still there. It just shifted as to where you change it. Now, the other thing that I want to just bring your attention to for those that are not aware how to do this. So I created this menu that you see at the top here just by adding in a primary nav under the WordPress menu section over here. And in there, all I did is for about, I take the ID, remember the ID that we placed in each of them. And I just put a hashtag or a pound sign or a hashtag. I'm not sure what they call it, but for me, I call it a hashtag. We put a hashtag before that, no space, and the ID. So if you see the next one, same thing. hashtag, no space, numbers. Those are the IDs that I assigned to those sections. And then the last one is hashtag get hyphen started. All right. Please bear in mind that when you create these, you cannot leave a space, but you can create the space in the label. Right. So what is the label? The label is what displayed on the website here, but the actual link, there's no space in the link. Otherwise it would try and look for get and it wouldn't find get. All right. So be careful about that. All right, and then that's as simple as you can do. Now, if you wanted to, you could also create this in your theme builder, and you could add a global header in here. But as long as you just follow those same principles that we did there, that by when you add in your link, make sure it's on the same page, and you just have the hashtag and the section ID, and it'll still work 100% for you. All right. I hope that's been helpful, and it helps to clear things up so that you can go forward and know that the functionality is still there, good and well in Divi, and gotten so much more functionality. I've gotten back to playing with Divi, and I hope to release some more videos on all these new things that have been coming out. If there's anything in particular that you want to see, let me know, and perhaps I can try and make a video about it, and we can all continue to learn on this wonderful journey of Divi. I'll see you in the next video.